Bren Esports went for Roger, because one of the things you do to beat a Selena is you force engage them every single time. Remember, Selena, when she has the time to poke you guys down with the arrow and just get a good initiation, just because she can, then that's the time where it actually hurts for the side of Bren Esports. But if they always force engage, it won't be a problem. And right now, they actually go in for a few.
Yeah, they went in for a few, and the idea is experience lane for Curl Z. Alright, so what they do is they want to get an experience advantage for Curl Z here. Curl Z is level 2. Hajizi sits at level 1. Hit is now invading, but the problem here is Hit is invading against someone, against a carry which is a level 2. Pew is kiting back.
Oh.
Okay, we're trying to read the early rotations here. Rebo was forced to get onto the recall.
And look at Lusty here, not really caring about anything here. Haze!
Ooh!
Wow!
Yeah, there goes the first blood. Actually, Pew also goes in. And he got cornered here. That's 2-4-0. So, that was a good attempt, I think, by Bren. It's just really, you know, it fell short by a very, very little margin, especially of... I think it was Hayes surviving.
Look at this Flap trying to go for that invade. But here is where the patch makes a lot of sense. You cannot just force yourself in and take that without the Hunter's Knife.
Yeah.
The Hunter's Knife made you capable of doing this. And it seems to me like Bren Esports, they're trying out new things. But it's not really working on their favor.
Let's look at the Gillette instant replay here. Butters. One auto. He went for the flicker. Quite a bit late on the flicker, honestly. And yeah, that is the thing. There's a lot of damage there. And Hit always has a very high presence of mind in participating and making sure that he dishes out the most damage possible for his teammates. So, yeah, that is a good lead. And the worst part about it for Bren is that Hajizi was involved. You know, he got 2 physical attack dagger lead compared to Roger here with the boots. But there's a very little lead. That's just 100 gold lead. Here, Lusty, he will be popped once again.
And look at how commanding this Jawhead pick is to the map. They're really just showing a lot of stuff that they can possibly pick off with this Jawhead.
Oh my god. That's a lot of crowd control. And the problem there is, look at the durability there of Hit. And it allows for Hajizi to just clean up. Your eyebrows are meeting, but...
Oh my god.
We are all shocked with...
This is absurd. Like,
yeah, very absurd.
This is absurd. I mean, I'm not really looking at it in a way that Omega cannot beat Bren, but the amount of pressure that a Jawhead and a Selena puts into the map, I cannot fathom how pressured Bren Esports is right now.
And Hit is on a support emblem. Hit is on a... that's not a tank emblem even. Not even a fighter emblem. So look at that. That is crazy, man. Very curious on the... I forgot to look at his first score item. I would be expecting a mass here. But right now, early game control. That's very big lead. That's 3,000 onto the side of Omega here. And now they're starting onto the turtle. Lusty again. You know, very far performance here on the backshot compared to the show earlier that forces the side laners to participate, and they don't care. Even if Rebo diving in, forced to actually flicker up with his blood out already turned on. Re-engage comes in, Hit gets focused once again, and Toshi is there to follow through. There goes Flux, he goes for the knockup, flickers away, and that's what Toshi has done.
And
man!
While that's happening, Curtsy going for that turret. Now, you can see that there is quite a significant change in the turret damage.
Yeah.
Turret damage that you can do. It's reduced to make sure that the laning stage sticks for a bit. Now, Omega, they're commanding this
They're commanding this game. And here's the thing. Because of the side laner, because of Flaptizi, because of Flaptizi being forced to participate in the mid lane, now Kurtzy has the level advantage. I cannot but feel that Flaptizi missed a few scroll siege minions, experienced minions on the bottom lane, and Kurtzy has the lead in terms of level. And here's the thing about the levels that scales really, really well in the early game with execution. The higher the level, the higher the damage of execution will be.
They can really not understand what Omega is doing here. It's just pressure after pressure. Even Rebo.
Look at it.
Even Rebo is finding trouble into the top lane.
Nice pick up on the Hit. Lusty shouldn't overstay. And there goes the GC. He wants to bait in. He goes for the dive in. Also, the Blade of Tempest allowed for Courtesy to make the cleanup. And there goes Bren. They try to re-engage. They will be punished as they get avenged here by the members of Omega. And that's it. That's going to be it. Rebo also went for the dive onto Toshi. But where is the damage of Pew? Is yet to drop his own umbrella there. That's going to be a total trade of 3-for-1. And it's going to be won by OMG.
Clearly, Omega has the damage output advantage here against Bren Esports. Even if Carl got the 2 kills, he did not survive that.
Yeah.
And that means they cannot turn it into an objective.
Yeah.
It's still a 3v2.
Yeah.
Omega here still winning because they have objectives on their side.
Yeah. Especially with the turret shield that was taken in by the Omega squad.
Oh
That is a lot of gold. That is a lot of acceleration for them. Flapsy. Okay.
He survives.
Yeah,
Doesn't have the flicker.
Yeah, I think also he's went for a very late flicker on that part. He went for the flicker maybe to go for the bite. But there goes another fight here onto the turtle side. Curlzy focuses on towards Rebo. Doesn't care. He has the lead. Yet to press his execution. And there we go. Curlzy dueling here. Curlzy dueling Curtsy here. Lots of Z actually whenever these two teams fight. Doesn't matter though. It's a win by Bren Esports 1-0.
What is the true TZ connection? Is it Hajizi and TZ, Curtizi, or Curltizi and Flaptizi?
Yes.
Who is the real TZ connection?
It's the real
here?
TZ, man. You get the real Slim Shady, but here in PH you get the real TZ.
Slim
the real
TZ.
Slim TZ, the Slim TZs.
The Slim TZs. Man, oh man, Bren Esports here. They are on the verge of losing this series, but you know what, Omega? They are still capable of making mistakes.
Look at the
as
gold
well as
lead here.
Bren Esports.
Look at the gold lead here, man.
Yeah.
5K almost onto Hajizi, 3.6 onto Curltizi. This is Project Next.
I think Ling is exceptional right now.
Yeah.
Seeing how imperative for you to rotate fast into
Yeah.
the map.
And get objectives, right?
Oh!
And participate in the lanes and win the lanes here. But of course, Bren Esports will be able to secure the turtle. It's still going to be the same story. No patch update can actually hinder him on stealing the turtle. And that's it. That's going to be Bren. They're going for the cleanup. Quite late here for the entrance of Flaptizi. It doesn't matter though. And there we go. 3-4-0. Bren Esports gonna go for Toshi. And yes, that's it. 4 members here into the pocket of Bren.
One collapse is all it takes. Omega here.
Oh!
They tried to secure the kill on Hajizi.
Yeah.
And Hajizi went in to what? To take down that siege cannon.
Yeah, just to take the siege cannon for that part. Bren was able to capitalize here. Let's see the Gillette instant replay here.
Now, you're seeing this Shinbu that Retribution was perfect. RNG was on their side. Carl went for the artillery. He went for the backlines first for Selena so that there are no more arrows that you're gonna fly out and disable them.
Yeah, and also I think Curtizi was able to pace out with that light and bounce. That's why no clear target to Curtizi. But it will be a different story here. Hajizi it engages on the Curtizi. And also gonna be an airborne here delivered by Flaptizi towards Hajizi. Hajizi points him. And of course Curtizi following up onto Rebo, ladies and gentlemen, with the blood out already on. Toshi onto the back line. Lusty as well on this outer mid lane inhibitor turret and also mid lane turret. And they get few as well dancing around. Toshi has the durability for this, allowing Kurt Z to actually go for the push.
Talk
Maybe a fight?
about overstaying your welcome, Rebo. Just connecting with that flowing blood and that blood
Look at Toshi.
And Rebo gets popped by Toshi.
Yeah, I mean, only sights coming in from Toshi there as Rebo is just making sure that Toshi doesn't leave, doesn't respond to go for a dive here on the mid, but at the cost of his own life. No sustain can withstand here. The sights on Toshi, not having to actually have the Deadly Blade even. Just has close and endless battle and a Vitality Crystal. Oh my god.
I think that's one of the problems here for the side of Bren Esports. Yes, it's a good alternative against a Raptor Machete, but you know, it sets you back on the important items, on your core items.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna proceed in making that to a halberd.
Yeah. That's the sacrifice you get.
That's a sacrifice you get
for the.
And I think
Deadly Blade.
it puts them on the backslide.
Especially if you're behind.
Yeah.
Especially if the team is behind, right?
Rebo,
yeah.
oh my goodness, look at that pop coming out from
Hajizi.
Hajizi and Kurtzi. Okay, Omega is working in a way that they really just want to pressure every single lane here on the side of Bren Esports.
Yeah. I mean that's the story of the game ever since even before the Project Next. It's just that it is more rewarding.
It's more rewarding
to actually get the pressure onto the lanes. Flapsy commits to his way of the dragon, commits to his death, and of course, Bren Esports cannot follow up. And that's it. Lusty wasn't able to back out very quick. Rebo is, of course, he just came from the base. Really no chance of going in. Now that is, I'm not accounting for mistakes here on Bren, but that is a clear mistake there by Flapsy.
I don't know why he went in for the commit on that way of the dragon.
Yeah.
There was really no way
For Bren
that you can get the kill on Heath. If that was a Ling, I would have understood that.
Yeah, an all-in on Ling.
That means Carlsy can just go in with a Lycan bounce.
Especially with that purification on
take him
Hajiji.
down. And probably it would stop Omega from taking down the Lord. But if it's a Jawhead, you don't really do that.
You don't really do that. Fully commit onto that one. He doesn't even need to land the ejector. He just need to activate the smart missiles for that part. There's gonna be an easy catch there for Rebo. Can have that feel that this is really a leaning tower. Getting brought down by a slight push by the Omega here. And then escalates very, very quickly. Hit here, focusing towards Carl TZ. And now a follow-up dot in by Toshi quite late. Now they're focusing towards Lusty. Lusty's shell gets cracked. And it's going to be a trade of 1-for-1 with the buff going to the side of Omega.
You know what? While everything of that is happening onto the map, Haji and the others, they just go for the split. There is a Lord into the bottom lane of Bren Esports here.
3 lanes.
Problems on 3 lanes.
Yeah. You know, this hurdle just piles up and piles up for the side. And against Bren Esports, ladies and gentlemen, at 17-8. And my oh my, this is totally surprising against a team that has the longest win streak here at our regular season. This is going to be their very first defeat if ever this goes fully and gets shoved completely against their base. A miracle here is required to save the streak, ladies and gentlemen. And there goes Flaptizi. He went for the flicker, just connects the way of the dragon onto Hajizi. There's gonna be Kartizi not allowed to actually cast the Lycan bounce, and that's it. Hajizi will be able to walk away. Lusty also follows through along with Rebo, and the fight breaks out. Hajizi re-engaged with a full health. Where is this coming from? And now let's see here. As he falls back, there is going to be hit quite quick on the flicker. And now we got here the push being done here by the members of Omega onto the inhibitor turret in the top lane side. Rebo going to be melted through by the members of Omega. And I think that's it. It's going to be pick after picks. And few will be the next one to be kicked out of life here by Omega.
Bren Esports, look at what one patch can do to the invulnerable ones. They looked unbeatable way back on the previous meta, but right now they're on their last legs.
They're on their last legs.
Will the streak stay alive?
Will the streak stay alive? It's actually flashing before their eyes. You know, kills after kills, a mega kill against their main carry, and that's it. Onto the base. The streak has ended, and this series closes in 2-0 for Omega.
For a team that had struggles into adjusting into the 6-ban setup to the 10-ban setup, Omega right now, they have a new understanding of the meta. And it fits them well. Jawhead and Selena.
Yeah, man.
Man, oh man.
Especially the Jawhead. Normally, a guy who would just be picking Cho, would just be picking, you know, even an Akai, would go as far as an Akai, would pick a backshot, doesn't matter. Would also, you know, it's very threatening on a Hilda. Got the Jawhead for the support position. I mean, we've seen our fair share of Jawhead support, but not to this effectivity, and of course, especially on this very, very surprising performance right after the Project Next patch. Omega, man.
And it didn't really take long for Bren Esports to suffer their first series loss in terms of Project Next. Omega feeling really confident right now. And they get 3 points. They're up 19, 1 point away from actually going up on the Bren Esports side in Group B.
I can recall Hit interviewing Hit last week on my solo analyst segment. He did mention that when I asked what is his message to the other tanks of the league, he did mention that to be ready for the patch. The guy looks so ready, right?
And they proved that they proved that they have the understanding.
Well, let's see what can be understood for this game on our solo analyst segment.
Omega shocking us na sila pala ang makakatalo ngayon sa first series ng Bren Esports, giving them a total of quick maths, 19 points. Ang galing ko doon. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, napakalupit Omega, bawing-bawi sa Bren Esports. Last time na nag-meet sila ay 2-0 din. At ngayon, 2-0 naman para sa side ng Omega. Looking at the items right now is, of course, gusto ko lang i-take note dito yung mga timestamps of the item, no? Kasi, of course, interesting items correctly for Carl TZ. Kasi this specific item, the first item spike of Carl TZ, nakuha niya ng 720. Meanwhile, already with Endless Battle na si GZ with 7-0-11. Sobrang convenient na score para kay GZ dito. I think, sobrang laking factor talaga na nakukuha mo yung early gold funnel ng mga towers in a lane. And still, Bren Esports, they went again for the XP lane, Carl TZ. Meanwhile, later sa ating highlights, I think makikita natin dito yung pag-explore ni Heat sa buong mapa. But then again, even though Dorans lang, no? Dorans lang para kay Haze. Yung gamit niya dito to counter the anti-healing mechanic, it's all about the pick-offs for the side of Omega for the items. Let's look into the post-game stats, guys. Of course, pick-offs is the ultimate key para dito sa side ng Omega. Tignan nyo ngayon yung 3 main cores. Bang, bang. Oh, wow, galing ko magsulat. 3 main cores dito. Even Haze is halos magkakapantay yung kanilang damage output. Siyempre si Heat siya na si Boy Sacrifice. Automatic yan. Medyo mababa yung kanyang damage output. Pero by the looks of that, guys, no? The pick-offs of the arrow, of the ejector, no? Tapos may Ruby ka pa na may sight hook. All of it, talaga, mabilis na pasok para sa Omega. Merong chance sana yung Bren Esports dito for a team fight. But then again, walang binigay na 5-on-5 collision ang side dito ng Omega. Probably isang beses lang. Kasi looking at the Lord's lane and the Turtle's lane, 1:1. But then again, yung mga buffs and yung mga purple ay halos lahat napunta kay Hajizi. 6 buffs in total. And gustong-gusto ng isang link ang mga buffs natin. So, going into the smart highlights of the game, gusto ko lang again, emphasize natin yung sinabi ni Wolf dito. Bren Esports, again, beginning at the XP lane. But there comes a time, there you go, the Haze outplay. Sobrang crucial nung Haze outplay na to. Kasi if you're gonna look at the levels right now, magkakapantay. So, with that Haze outplay, kailangan ngayon mag-reset ng Bren Esports. Saglit, tanggalin natin yan. Mag-reset ng Bren Esports. Actually, if you're gonna look at the minimap, si Heat ay nag-e-explore lang dito banda. No? Nagsosolo value rin siya dyan. Nagsosolo value rin siya dyan. Just to spot out the positioning and probably get someone. Because again, story of the game, pick-offs for the side of Omega. If you're gonna look at the minimap right now, guys, yes, ang ganda, crucial to para sa Bren. Nice play for Cartizi. Pero look at the bottom lane and the top lane for the side of Bren Esports. It's all open. So it means that with the pick-up lineup for the side of Omega, mas madali silang makakakuha ng objectives, mas makakakuha kagad sila ng kills. Just like this one, the outplays from the arrows and the outplays from the ejector. And Hajizi mukhang bumalik na yung kanyang killer instinct, yung kanyang top caliber plays against Carl TZ. Again, if I'm not mistaken, there you go. Magmamatay ulit. 3 minutes inside the game. Actually, 3 lang, no? So, class, 3. Ayan, diba? 3. Tapos, syempre, meron ka bang, ano dyan? Divided by 3,000, actually. Ayan, I love you 3,000, ang gold ng Team Omega. I-divide mo yan. Ay, plus pala yan. Ayan, i-divide mo yan sa 3. Ayan, nakalimutan ko na. Basically, 1K per minute. Ang galing ko mag-math! 1K per minute ang kalamangan dito ng Omega on the laning stage. Ilang items, ilang boots ang mabibili mo dyan, men. 2 samgyup na yan. O yan. So, ganoon kalamang ang Omega. Ang kailangan sana ng Bren that time was to get an outplay, get the Lord, and probably get more outplays din, no? So, with that, everything else, total snowball para dito sa side ng Team Omega. And syempre, papasok tayo sa ating tinatawag na interview portion. So bago tayo pumasok, there you go. Kakausapin natin ngayon si Mr. Fundamental, flexing the jacket, flexing the logo Omega. Mr. Heat, congratulations. Congratulations on that game, man. Napakalupit. For the first time, kayo ang tumalo sa Bren Esports. Men, na pumasok yung bagong meta natin. Pumasok yung Project Next, no? Lalagyan kita ng next dyan. Next in line. Pumasok yung Project Next natin, pre. Pero, ang tanong ko ngayon, ano yung naging proseso ng Omega dito sa Project Next and coming to MPL?
Para sa akin, kasi, parang hindi kami masyado affected sa sa bagong meta. Parang ganun pa rin naman ginawa namin. Tapos, parang mas naging aggressive kami dahil alam namin aggressive yung Bren. Parang, sinabayan namin. Yeah.
So, kumbaga, stick to basics, no? Ayaw nyo malito. Ayaw nyo malito. Wala mo ng adlib. Yun ang naging way para dito ng Omega. For sure, napakasaya nyo ngayon, men. For sure, sobrang saya nyo na nakuha yung 2 points. And pangalawa kayo ngayon sa rankings, no? What can we expect pa rin sa Omega sa mga upcoming games? Talaga bang tutuluyan nyo na yung slot 1? Or chillax lang?
Hindi. Siyempre, mas gagalingan pa namin na dahil lahat ng kalaban namin pinaghahanda namin. Wala kami minamalit.
Yan. Pinaghahandaan nila. You know what, Omega, I think na sobrang saya nyo dyan. Anong magiging dinner nyo dyan mamaya?
Steak?
Ano?
Steak. Yak lang ko.
Steak? Steak ba? Ayan. Syempre, Heat, man, congratulations once again. And syempre, binabati ko rin yung mother mo at saka yung ate mo, no, na action na alam naman natin. Nag-PM sa amin ni Kaibigan Pro. Pero syempre, ikaw, may pa-shoutout ka din. So, batiin mo muna. Lahat naman gusto mong batiin. And syempre, promote mo na din ang mga pages nyo.
Ayun po, shoutout sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa Omega. Pati na rin sa family ko, pati kay ate, kay Kuya. Pati na rin po sa girlfriend.
Yun? Sino?
Si Bas.
Yeah. Alright, maraming salamat. Heat, Mr. Fundamental for Omega getting the first strike, first blood, no? Gods do bleed talaga. Bren Esports, 20 pa rin ang kanilang puntos. Meanwhile, 19 na sa Omega. So, mga sinasabi kong digits ay score nila. Pero yung mga digits na nakikita nyo sa baba, yan ay ang ating giveaway code. So, bago pa kunin ng iba yan, kunin nyo na. Kumuha kayo ng notebook. Or actually, type nyo na lang sa keyboard. Mas madali. Pero sa totoo lang, hindi naman din ganoon kabilis yung mga kamay ng mga tropa natin. So, I think bilisan nyo na. So, sulat nyo na yan. 76BWRHZ4EBS5228Q5 bago pa may mauna. No? Isa-search nyo lang, no? Ilalagay nyo lang ang MPL redeem code at pwede kayo manalo ng mga epic skins. Siyempre, nandiyan na din, of course, ang ating mythical raffle draw. Just visit bit.ly/MRD minus W7. Week 7 na tayo. Kung ikaw ay tuloy-tuloy na kasali since week 1, eh pwede ka pang makasali up until sa playoffs. And talagang, ang daming sumasali ngayon dyan. If I'm not mistaken, meron tayong extra 13,000 participants para sa ating medical raffle draw. All, of course, syempre, yan ay hatid. Syempre din ng ating mga sponsors. Syempre kasama dyan ang ating official tournament telco partner, ang Smart. Squad up, rank up, and keep up with your favorite teams. As Smart powers up your game with free games for all. Get up to 14 gig of Mobile Legends and Facebook Gaming for 7 total days.